It's
Oh,
scrolling. It
you're
says
alive.
it says that we're live.
You're alive.
It says that we're live. I'm gonna try to put this out there real quick on my story.
Okay.
I gotta find like a photo though, don't I?
I mean,
We'll see if someone like says anything. This could be really quick. This could be really quick. I took a photo of you and me yesterday, and I'll just say, "We are live."
you can share right here.
Link. Paste. Hello, is anybody here? I mean, we won't hear people talk, obviously, but I feel like we can see like a chat. If someone's in here,
Someone
just
chat.
yeah. If someone chats, we'll see it.
That is true.
We will see if someone chats us.
Oh,
Oh my
hey.
God! So there are people that actually are watching whatever this is.
Jason Miller is here.
Jason Miller. All right, he's here. He's a Lions fan like we are, and the Lions are getting quite wrecked at the moment.
I saw it on the TV when I went upstairs. It was not looking good, which is not good.
Nope. So we're like, hey, yeah, it is a rough night for the Lions, and like I'm a gambling guy myself, and I thought about going heavy on the Bills. I did not bet it, but that's fine. Like it's fine. It's a tough matchup tonight. But yeah, so we're just hanging out. Normally on a Sunday night at this time, I'll be recording with the Be Our Guest podcast with my buddy Mike. We'd be talking Disney and all this. He's been at an airport for like 8 hours today or something ridiculous. He chose that.
Why would you choose that?
My guy chose that. So I don't know what the deal was. Like he did that awesome preview cruise on the Treasure, but I think Disney probably had these transfers right to MCO because they were handling all the transfers, and I think they probably just took him to MCO, and his flight was at like 3 o'clock or whatever. So he just hung out there like
Does he not have an annual pass though?
That's the thing, or even like go to Disney Springs. But I guess the problem is then you'd have to like get an Uber from the airport over to Disney Springs, and how much time are you going to spend? I don't know. I don't know what he did.
I would do anything other than be an MCO though.
Right.
That's like worst case scenario.
That is worst. That is worst case scenario. So we put it out on the Instagram story that we're live. So we got some people watching. So I don't know if anyone has any questions at all. Emily and I were just hanging out. We thought, hey, we normally go live with Be Our Guest podcast. Let's go live with us and just play around. We got the Christmas tree behind us, and our stockings have been hung on the chimney with care. Santa Claus was in our neighborhood today.
Oh yeah, he didn't drive by. He was walking by, but he was escorted with a truck that was lit up with lights.
It was pretty awesome.
They were blasting some music. I could hear it from upstairs, but I also got a frantic call saying, Santa Claus is in the neighborhood. You have to come outside right now.
And then he basically walked by the time he got down there. So
pretty much.
So Jay Miller is saying, look at this. Well, he's heading to Walt Disney World December 25th, flying out of Lansing. On Breeze Airlines. I saw about Breeze.
The billboards.
Yeah, we see the billboards in town. We're very loyal Delta people, but I mean, heck, if we could fly out of Lansing, that would be so nice.
It would be convenient.
We've only done it once. It was on Sun Country Air. It was our 4th or 5th trip.
That would explain why I don't remember it.
It was in 2013, and we flew out of Sun Country. I tell you though, it was nice just getting dropped off at the airport and then getting picked up, and then it was like a 10-minute ride back home. It was glorious.
Getting home like 11 o'clock, like the day we get home, is pretty rough when you have to go to work and school the next day.
It is. I know.
That hour and a half drive once we land.
And then sometimes you're hungry too, so then
you're hungry, and then it's like nothing's open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you park off site, it's even worse because then you got to wait for a shuttle to get there. So
it's cold. If it's December 25th, it's pretty cold.
Yeah. But Jay Miller, he's from Grand Rapids, so that's what's interesting. I know Grand Rapids has some flights out, but I don't think there's many direct. So enjoy your trip, man. Christmas trip, that's going to be awesome. If anyone has any questions for us, we're just hanging out. But we did have a topic in case if no one even showed up to this thing. You have paper. I have some notes written here as well. Actually, they're not much of notes; they're just facts. And what are we going to talk about today, Emily?
I think we're going to rank our Disney resorts, like what our favorites are, what our least favorites are. Because with Fort Wilderness, we've officially stayed at all of them, except did they just open up that Polynesian Tower?
They did, but we've stayed at the Polynesian. So that's the thing. So like there's so many weird categories, not weird, but so many different categories with Walt Disney World. So like we've stayed at Fort Wilderness Cabins. We've not stayed at Fort Wilderness Campsite. We've stayed at Grand Destino Tower, but we haven't stayed at like Concierge or whatever. Like, but I feel like we've stayed at every place. Like
Yes,
really,
for
really.
sure.
Yep. So hey, what's up? That's Brandon from New Hampshire in the chat. What's up, homie? Picked up some Chipotle. So yeah, so we're gonna talk about our favorite resorts now that we've been to every single one.
How are we planning on tackling
It's hard, right? Because like I feel like for us, I know how we think. The values are probably going to be our least favorites. The moderates are probably going to be our middle favorites, and the deluxes will be our favorites. So I thought we could talk about each category
okay.
and kind of rank them.
Okay.
There. Does that sound good to you?
That sounds good to me.
All right, people chime in. If you have questions at all, feel free to interrupt. We just brought this as a topic in case if no one showed up to this thing. Because I know people love the Be Our Guest podcast live feed.
17 people.
Look, I'm impressed that there's 17 people actually watching this. So like and subscribe.
All my Disney Christmas gear on today.
Show it off.
So I got this from last year, my Mickey sweatshirt. I've got this Mickey hat that I just got when I was down there last. And I decided to throw on some Christmas earrings. I've got Christmas socks on. And earlier today, I was wearing that Mickey fleece.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
I think the people in my town are just starting to think that like I'm Santa Claus.
Right, something like that.
Yeah.
But like it's incredible how many people love these hats in town.
All like everywhere I go, like I've worn this hat pretty much this whole weekend, and like I've multiple times a day I get asked like, "Oh, I like your hat," or like, "Where'd you get your hat?" So yeah, they're pretty popular hats.
They are pretty popular. Oh, and we are not sponsored obviously, but we're only talking about Walt Disney World resorts, but this resort right here, if you can see, would be at the top of my list. I don't know about yours.
I would say it'd be at the top of my list too, and I'm excited to go there spring break.
Ooh, I'm excited. So yeah, so let's talk about some value resorts.
Okay.
There's 5 value resorts technically. There's the 3 All-Stars, Pop Century, and Art of Animation.
Okay.
And we don't have any criteria. We just kind of went with it.
See, this probably is the easiest for me. I would say, like where I would rank them.
Okay.
I would say Art of Animation. Okay. I would, for me personally, my experiences, I'd say Art of Animation at the bottom. Based on our one-time experience there.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with that too. What is your reason? Do you have a reasoning behind that?
I can see the appeal if you're a family with little kids, because obviously it's very fun and very like themed, and it's a value, so you're not like breaking the bank because you have little kids, so you probably have a lot of other expenses too. But like the room we stayed in was just so small, and if you have like more than like 2 adult-sized people, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Like
you're talking about the Little Mermaid
rooms.
The
Little Mermaid rooms. They're banking on you having little kids. And I just feel like if I want that kind of layout, I'd rather stay at Pop. Pop has the like newly refurbished rooms, whereas I feel like Art of Animation just seems kind of old now.
Yeah, and I mean it's good for the family suites, right? There's like the other areas had the family suites, so if you have a larger group,
I guess that's fair.
We personally have never experienced those, so there we go again with like the room category. We experienced the resort because we stayed at Little Mermaid rooms. We haven't stayed at the Lion King or the Car Suite, so I can understand the need there, so you don't have to book 2 rooms.
Yes, I can see that appeal too. I guess that's never also applied to us.
But this is our personal rankings, and we're not in that situation, right?
Personal, I'd probably say Art of Animation bottom of the list.
Yeah.
Except, moving on, the All-Stars are not my favorites either.
Yeah, so I will say I like the Art of Animation pick at the bottom, and that's partially because too the All-Star movies are getting those refurb rooms like Pop Century is. I don't think you've stayed in one because it's been a long time since we stayed at the All-Star. So like the Murphy bed, that comes out at Pop.
Yeah.
The All-Stars have that set up now.
Oh.
Which is
that could change things actually.
Could it?
I don't know, because I think that's part of the appeal for Pop. But also, I will say actually, I might change my rankings. I might change actually Art of Animation almost above the All-Stars, because you have the Skyliner right there, and the Skyliner is just such a great mode of transportation because it gets you there, and it's also quite fun if you're not scared of heights.
Yeah, I mean, if you're scared of heights, that's a real thing. I know I'm not trying to just diss on my boy Mike, but he always talks about how great the Skyliner is. It's the best thing, and it really is. But you do have to take into account that's not for everyone, right?
Yeah,
Like it is a serious thing to be afraid of heights and not wanting to do that. And then that brings those resorts way down because you have to wait a long time
that's
for the
true.
buses for some of those resorts. So take
That's
that in
true.
mind when you
Yeah,
consider that.
I'm
For sure.
mildly scared of heights, like not extreme. And sometimes these days the Skyliner gets a little bumpy and I get kind of scared
That's
on it.
fair. That's fair.
I do see a question in the chat that I
Okay.
would like to answer from
Yes.
Bob Gardner. He asked, "How many slices did I take down while we were on our cruise at Sorrento's
Oh, great
at the
question.
pizza counter?"
That's what it's all about. It's all about the
And
questions too. We just had filler.
I got to think here because I definitely not as many as Scotty G. Definitely not as many. But I don't know. I'd say there were days that I think I had more than you because like I had Sorrento's for lunch when you had like
Oh, I would
the
go to the Windjammer or like
yeah, I had
270 or
Sorrento's
whatever.
for lunch a couple days. I'd say I might have hit your 30.
You may have. I
I
mean,
might have hit the original goal of 30.
and those have been watching the cruise series, like those. And if you've seen those slices are thin, they're thin slices. So, and it. I mean, I'm not saying there's a law or a rule that Royal Caribbean has, but like it's really near impossible to go up there and just get one slice.
Yeah, I'd say every time I got 2 slices, maybe even 3 sometimes.
I even think sometimes the crew member I saw with someone say, "Oh, I only want one cheese." They still give them 2.
Yeah,
Like I think they're just brained. Oh, they're brained.
they're
They're wired.
brained.
They're wired that way to grab 2 slices. So
I know. Also, I'll say I'm learning to re-like pizza, and I enjoyed the
yeah.
Sorrento's.
So we got I got the elf mouse ears cap this trip. That's a great one. He was just down there at the same time we were.
Oh,
Wish we would have connected. I wish there was a way that we could have in. That would have been awesome to meet up. Pop is a top value food. Skyliner, Quiet Pools, All Stars is just too loud. And that's kind of where I was going with the All Stars. It is loud.
they put a
there.
lot of the big groups there,
Mhm.
like the cheerleaders and stuff, and I feel like that could get chaotic.
Yeah, so I agree. Those are kind of like near the bottom there. Is there an All Stars that jumps out to you more that you would say like, oh, I like that one better than the other?
I would say I don't know. I really only remember sports. Is that I don't know.
Yep.
They all kind
I
of
have some funny
they
video
all
of you
kind
as
of
a kid, like doing like cartwheels, like in
yeah,
the football
that's kind of
field
like my
area.
exclusive memory. Other than that, they're all kind of just fused together, so none of them really stand out. Except we got really bad pizza at music. I think
We did. We did. I know the Valleys will do that like family pizza special, and we did that one trip. It was on Halloween Day, I believe.
it's scary. It was scary.
Yeah, it fit the theme of Halloween. It was scary. That don't get the family pizza. One of those resorts though, and I still need to do this. If someone in the chat might be able to help us. One of the All Stars has like a secret menu
You tried to find it
with the
before.
3D
You
finder.
tried movies, probably.
It would make
I
sense with
I
movies.
feel
Yeah.
like you were like, I want to find it. I want to find it.
I do want to find it
I
sometime.
don't think
Like
it's real.
I think our friend Beth has done it. I think. I
Maybe in
know.
the day. I don't know.
So and does anyone do this? Do you like come up with goals for like a trip? Because we do that sometimes. We just did it on this last trip. Like these are like 2 or 3 things we definitely want to do. I need to add that right now. I'm gonna circle it right now on my piece of
Circling it
paper
right now.
that need to try the secret menu our next trip. Because on this last trip, one of our things we had to do was at a Valley Resort. We had to go to the Pop Century to get the wedge.
The tie-dye cheesecake back in its triangular form. And that was really good. I really enjoyed that. I don't know why they ever changed it to the weird little circles. Was not a good decision. Wasn't good. I don't think they really sold any. I doubt it.
I mean, this thing, if you love Disney and Pop Century and the tie-dye cheesecake, you were gonna get one, which I had done.
It was like there wasn't even any cheesecake in it.
I know it wasn't the best.
It was not the best, but it's good to see that they brought it
and now
back.
it's more environmental friendly because it doesn't come in that like plastic tube container.
It's just in like a paper plate.
Yeah, so you might be able to get a to-go one, maybe. But,
but okay. It seems like we also have a couple questions.
Yep. We got some questions, and then we'll get to our final value. Like we're already 15 minutes in, we haven't even left the value. So we got a Pop Century holds a special place in our heart. I agree. I looked at my kids when they were Pop Century, a lot of great memories there. We answered the Sorrentos. Bob is proud of 30. Are we coming to Marathon weekend? I mean, it's like less than 4 weeks away. I think the marathon actually might be 4 weeks from today. And we don't have anything planned yet. I mean, it'd be cool to go. I'm just
See,
saying.
this is why I feel like my friends have asked me, like, "Are you going anywhere over break?" And like, I feel like I'm telling them not right now, but I don't know. Knowing my parents, they can just spur the moment. But I don't. Let's be realistic, Dad.
We'll see. We'll see.
Let's be
I would like to
realistic.
go. I haven't missed a marathon weekend in a very, very long time.
I think you can be brave enough to do it though.
Yeah, I like this question. If you were to work at Walt Disney World, what job would you want? Do you have one? You seem like you already got an answer queued up.
You know what I'm gonna say. Because it's something I could never do because I'm too tall.
Mm.
But Phantasmic, Mickey Mouse, when he does his little
Yes, you would love that.
That's like my favorite part. I love his little dance. I love the music. I love it. But I realistically I can never do that.
You want
I'm
to be
too
Mickey, you
tall.
want to be Mickey's friend in Phantasmic.
Yeah, I'm too tall to do that. So
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, that would be an awesome job. I've always said like boat transportation would be kind of something.
That's what Mom wants to do.
I love the boats, right? And I feel like I've never like got a boater's license or anything as a kid, but I feel like I can get trained on it. I would hope.
You can drive a boat. You can drive. If you can drive a car, you can drive a boat.
Yes, but those always look awesome to me. But then I worry about the heat. Like if this was a full-time job, I'm there all the time. I think I'd want to be indoors, so that I'm not dealing with the elements. So I think being like a concierge, like cast member at a resort could be cool. Let's call it Old Key West.
Actually, I think one thing I did used to want to do, I really wanted to be a skipper on the Jungle Cruise.
Oh, you'd be so good at that.
I know. Actually, the guy joked about me doing it the last time we were there.
Yeah.
I was the one who got to sit right up next to the skipper, and he joked that my parents would leave me and let me do the job. I would do it. I would enjoy it. I still think that'd be fun.
I think it'd be so good at it. So we definitely got some comments on the Viewmaster. That is definitely a thing. Let's go to Marathon Weekend as a dream job. And my parents own an RCI, so stay off property. We usually resort hop from Disney Springs on our last vacation. Any resorts you recommend we visit? Do you have any? Well, I mean, we're going to kind of go through these, but
I would say if you're like visiting a resort, I'd say you got to go with like a deluxe.
Yeah, I know. Just to get that experience, right? Yeah.
It's not like no resort on Disney property is like bad. Like I'd say they're all like good. They're all themed well. They're all clean. Like you're gonna have a good experience. I'd say maybe not checking in, but once you're there,
that's a hot topic with me right now.
Once you're there, I'd say you're pretty set up for a good experience.
Right.
But I'd say if you really want to like experience like the resort and like really enjoy it, I'd say you'd have to go with like a deluxe because I feel like they have the most things to see, especially like right now during the holidays. Oh, yeah. You're only gonna find like gingerbread displays at a deluxe resort. Yeah. So I feel like that might be the best.
That's a good answer. I feel like or a moderate too, like a Coronado Springs. I think you get some of those deluxe amenities there, but you'd miss the transportation. Your only transportation you can do at these moderates is a bus to the parks, unless if you're at Riverside, where you can take the boat over the Sassafras Riverside, which is one of our favorites. So
actually, I probably agree with the comments I'm seeing. French Quarter is good with the beignets in addition to the boats.
Yeah,
and then the Polynesian is just, I think that's one of the best resorts.
How about that footage that we've been seeing on social media this week? Lots of like treasure stuff, and we've been seeing like views of the Polynesian Tower. I know the tower like ruins the sightline a little bit, but my gosh.
There. He was like, well, obviously it was pretty much already built, but like it looked really nice.
It does look nice.
I want to stay there.
We do want to stay there.
Just from seeing the outside, like I'm intrigued.
I love the minivan option too. That's a great option too. Yeah, like
I remember we used to do those like when they first came out.
Yeah, I love the minivan. We need to do a minivan review. It's been a long time since we've done it. Maybe Brandon, you can come on the Be Our Guest podcast and chat about it. It's been a long time. But with the values, I think we're both going to say Pop Century is number one. It's just fun. I've been seeing people in the chat, like great memories of their families there. It's just fun. We were so scared to stay at a value resort for the longest time.
I didn't know this.
And we did it. And it's just fun. Like we've had so many laughs like in the pools, like the
yeah.
music, the "Wake Me Up Before You Go Now" by Wham is like a fun family song because of a memory
We
that
just
happened with it.
blasted it right
You could just hear it from our room, like on one trip, like, and the only song we would ever pick out was that
That
one.
was the only one we would ever hear,
Yeah.
but it was so loud.
Yeah, so that was fun, So it's. I've always said Pop Century is just fun. That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
And when you're on vacation, you want to have fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Pop Century is number 1, I think, for both of us. I think we're gonna
Yes.
do number 2, art animation for the values.
Yeah, I feel like with the Skyliner,
And the food
and the
court's really
food
good. Yeah.
courts, it's just with the All Stars, it feels like because they're all like start with the All Stars, like it feels like they should all be one, but
Mhm.
they're all kind of separate, and it just I don't know, it feels weird.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I would call music my number 1. I thought you would go that route too because of your musical talents and all that.
Musical
But
talent.
yes, but yeah, they're all kind of fun themes. Like I love the refurbs they're doing there. But yeah, those are going to be our values.
I also feel like they kind of like put the All Stars in like a really weird location.
Yeah,
Like by like the ESPN Wild Blue Sports and
it's by like the McDonald's. It's by the
It's,
McDonald's.
well, isn't it also by the Wild Blue Sports?
Pop Century is actually closer to that.
Okay,
So
I guess I thought the McDonald's was close to that. My bad.
no, so
It's a weird location.
it's close.
It's out of the way.
It's more like on track to Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
But yeah, it is, and it's weird. Like you go through the security guard shack to get to like all 3 of them, So they're kind of like one giant resort in a way.
I know. I don't like it.
Yeah, but if you said, hey Scott, Emmalee, tomorrow, don't worry about your PTO, your school homework. Like you guys can go to All Stars tomorrow. We're going to All Stars. We're gonna go to All Stars.
I'm going to All Stars.
All right, so we move on to the next one. I just want to read some of these comments. Visit the Poly Wilderness. We think we talked about that. It's good in the minivans. Can't wait to stay in the Poly Tower in January. In January? I just did like a Muppets. Like
what was
he's gonna be
that?
gone forever? Forever? Like, whoa, that's awesome. In January.
Jealous.
Once the Euro trip vlog gets to Disneyland Paris, need to do this again. Yes, we're definitely going to talk about Disneyland Paris. Editing the vlogs takes a little bit of while. I'm hoping over like some Christmas break time, I can crank out a couple more.
You're not on Christmas.
I know. Maybe you can help do some editing. I'll tell you, like, so we got the Spain trip that I'm in the middle of editing. Another Spain day. That's another sea day. I think I'm gonna breeze through the sea day because we've already shared like 3 sea days videos, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna play bingo, we're gonna eat Sorrentos, like we're gonna watch We Will Rock You again though. But so I'll probably do that one quick, and then another day, Mont Saint Michel. Oh, just glorious. And then we'll start doing some Disneyland Paris. So excited to share that. So hopefully I'll be coming soon. Then we can share some of our Walt Disney World content that we have. We have a trip to Niagara Falls. We have a beach day that we've done. We got some Nashville video. We got a lot of video.
We have a lot of video.
We just gotta
crank them out.
Just gotta start editing faster. Yeah, full-time jobs get in the way. Another inspiration for the hats. Oh yeah. So I saw you on Discord sharing the hat, and I was like, oh my god, like, and you're right. You made a comment, and I'm not trying to call you out, but you said like, I finally found a hat that like fits my dome, and I hear you because like some of the Santa hats are like really narrow and it's tight. This has like a nice wide.
It's a bucket hat.
I know it's perfect. I wasn't gonna get this thing until Emmalee.
I was originally not even gonna get this thing. I was gonna get the snowman ears that Mom got, but this just appealed. It drew me in. I love a good bucket hat.
Yeah. I'm not a bucket hat person, but we were gonna wear these antlers, and the antlers were just too wide.
Well, at first they were too small.
Yes.
So we had stretched them out, but
stretched them out too much.
Yeah.
And then they still worked on me a little bit, but so I was gonna wear the antlers, and then we all had like different ears and all that. Mom wanted to get the snowman mouse ear, so it worked out. And I love this hat, and we get so much attention. So Justin, glad you like it too. So should we talk about some moderate resorts? I think we're caught up at the show. So for moderates, I'm actually breaking up Port Orleans because there's French Quarter and there's Riverside.
Okay,
I kind of see that.
I might write these down on my own list.
I kind of see that as too. We got Caribbean Beach, obviously. Coronado Springs, we talked about that a little bit. And what's funny enough, the cabins at Fort Wilderness do technically fall under moderate.
I was not aware of that.
Yes. Anyone in the chat can correct me on that because I don't know everything. I feel the pressure. There's 26 people watching, but I'm fairly confident that the cabins are considered a moderate. So this is where it gets tough. Like the values, I think it was kind of easy to rank those for some of our favorites.
Yeah, that's why I feel like I have to make a list to
Yeah.
see what I like.
I will say from experience, the gardeners and I think like the Be Our Guest podcast crew, like we all love this resort. Coronado Springs is where we stayed the most out of all of these.
Yeah,
A
for
lot of
sure.
nights, like you get a good rate at Coronado. It's just it's really good. I'm not gonna say my answer yet, but Coronado, really good. And then yeah, so Caribbean Beach, the Riverside. I mean, so we just stayed at the fort, so we can talk about that a little bit. I mean, we're gonna do some videos on that and share our thoughts, but our quick what's your quick 2 minutes on the fort? No one's heard your opinions yet.
On the fort, I really liked the fort. I really liked the golf cart, and the new cabins were super nice.
I didn't realize it says like magic under here or
Disney Vacation Club. I
Okay.
think we got these because we were
Look at
DVC.
look at
Yeah, we got these because we were DVC. I think.
Pinky's out, you see a little
But,
magic. Anyway.
Anywho, I really liked the new cabins. Like they were super nice, super modern, and I really enjoyed staying in them. And I liked because like it felt like having your own space because like we couldn't hear any of the other people, and I know they were out and about.
Well, we do.
But I couldn't hear them ever, and it was really nice. I don't know. You and Mom have kind of talked about doing like more focused on the campground and less on the parks. I don't know if I could go that route. I think I would enjoy hanging out there a little bit, but I couldn't just go for a cabin. I don't think.
I know it's tough.
I think I like the idea of it, but like I think we had enough time to be there because I think at some point I would get a little sick of the places you can go. I feel like it would become a little repetitive.
That's
And
fair. And
yeah.
then when you hear the horn going to Magic Kingdom Park, you're like, I just want to be on that boat, right?
I do.
Yeah, get me on that boat. Yeah, and Jason's saying too, like I think the cabins are in their own category, to be honest. Although I think they're getting absorbed into the DVC. Absorbed into the DVC category. Yeah, I mean, I could see them being part of like the DVC Villa category, absolutely. So I don't know. I could be wrong. I think it used to be like considered a moderate. But I don't know. But then you got the campground piece, which is definitely not moderate, if you ask me. So it is kind of like on its own island. But I did just throw it in here with the moderates. Yeah, so that was a great time. Caribbean Beach. So I've said this so many times on the Be Our Guest podcast. It's where our first resort stay was, and it's what built the magic for our family. Just staying in Jamaica. You're 3 years old. I always call them like the yellow buildings. I've walked. There's been trips at the Riviera that I walked over there and just like walk through that area and just takes me back. I know I'm so weird, aren't you?
A little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it was just our first trip, man. It's like why we're wearing these bucket hats now.
Yeah.
Because of Caribbean Beach is what I often say.
Okay. If I looked a little distracted, it's because I was writing down some hits. So I have mine ranked now.
Oh, okay. Well, you do your talking. I'm going to rank mine, okay?
Okay, so I'll just go through my list?
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you were saying...
Start from the bottom, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I know you're saying we have nice memories at Caribbean Beach, and that is like the first place we stayed. And I do remember it's very nice, especially like they have a nice pool, and now they have the Skyliner hub. But that resort is just so big, and like if you don't have a car, like it's got to be rough walking around there. Nothing is close together, and like food wise, I know they have the like Sebastian's, but like who goes there? And
Sebastian's is good though.
Their food court, like whenever I see it, that don't impress me much.
Okay, Shania.
And like their pool, they have a couple good quiet pools you can see, but like I don't know, I'm not feeling the Caribbean vibe, and so I put that in number 5.
Okay.
Because I just think it's too big and not, I don't know. Especially like the last time we stayed there, we had issues.
Yeah. So let's take Fort Wilderness out though, because of the ranking could be weird with the fort, I think. So that would be your number 4, you're saying then.
Oh.
Yeah, if I took the fort out.
If we're taking
Yeah, that would be number 4. I'm taking the fort out because it is kind of, well, let's keep the fort in. Never mind. We'll keep the fort in. I didn't rank the fort yet. But I see what you're saying. Caribbean Beach is big, but the Skyliner is the hub of the Skyliner, which is really nice.
It is nice. But again, it's completely out of the way of the resort to get there, unless you're staying in the specific buildings. Think about if you're staying, I think they're the pirate rooms now. Or did they got rid of them?
It used to be the pirate
rooms. The location that used to be the pirate rooms, like around that lagoon. Think of how long it would take you to get to the food court if you didn't have a car.
Yeah, well, they have like that spyglass grill area there now, which we personally have not seen.
My bad.
Can't speak to that yet. No, I think what you're saying is fair, and the rooms are just terrible to me. I think those are some of the worst rooms on property. They really need to be refurbished. I love what they're doing with these like Little Mermaid type rooms. We had issues over New Year's with
a lot
those.
of issues with those.
We did, but yeah. So I would agree that is my. It's not actually my bottom one though.
Okay,
it's not my bottom one.
What's your bottom?
My bottom one is Port Orleans Riverside.
Well, that's my fourth. So.
Yeah, that's your next one.
Yeah.
So we flip flop with Caribbean Beach and Riverside because I had Caribbean Beach next. So Riverside, it is beautiful, right? And you got the Sassagoula boat, which I love.
That's exactly what I wrote.
There's a nice food court, but it's those princess rooms that really bring me down on this resort.
You don't like them?
I mean, I love the looks of the mansions, like the mansion buildings themselves.
They're very beautiful. Yeah.
And I think they're refurbishing the princess rooms because we stayed in one over Princess in 23, and it was right up there with Little Mermaid to me as like the worst rooms there are.
I don't remember. I just remember when we stayed in the princess room way back, like when I was young. And I remember I really, really liked them when I was little. But I do think that they definitely have aged. And I don't know. I feel like beyond the beautiful exterior, there's not really much going on at Riverside. Because, yes, they have the boats, but they also have the boats at French Quarter.
Yes. And we've had bad luck at Riverside. I'm going to throw it out there. We love to swim and use pools.
It's always cold when we go there. I've never used the pool.
We did go in for Princess for like a minute though. and that was about it on our last trip. But
I don't even
on our 3 other trips, like maybe it's because we always go like during we stayed there like during marathon. We like staying in the Disney Spring area resorts for marathon weekend. Because the bus transportation is amazing. It's just boom, you're right there when you leave a race. But anyway, yeah, but we've had really bad luck with the pools there, so I can't even like comment on the pools.
No,
honestly,
I
we never
can't
really
either.
Used
Yeah.
But yeah, Brandon was saying something about the niche food at Caribbean Beach, and I kind of agree with what he's saying there.
When we ate at Sebastian's, I didn't dislike it. Like I enjoyed what I ate, but I don't think I ate much.
Yeah, they took they suffered from the pandemic too, I think, Sebastian's, because the menu completely changed after that. Remember the first time we went, it was I ordered this fish that was unbelievable, and then they turned into like this family style thing.
Yeah, the family style really caused a downfall there because like also it's like less options. You're kind of forced into this box.
Yep.
And I feel like with that type of food, you can't do that.
Right.
And also, I don't think they have like the kids options because like if you go to like Ohana, you can get like chicken tenders and mac and cheese for the kids, but I don't know if they offered that.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been like 2 or 3 years since we've been to Sebastian's. I'd like to go again though. Like
I wouldn't mind it, but it's kind of out of the way.
It's out of the way unless you're skylining over there from another park or something.
Yeah.
But
okay, so
and then Jason's saying, ran into a snake at Riverside. Done that before too. You weren't with us. You were not with us. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm never going back either.
Yeah. And it was coming back from a race. Like I think it was the half marathon in like 23 or something, I think.
That would probably be when I wasn't there.
You weren't there. You weren't there. There was a couple marathon weekends you missed. But I think it was 23. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's a snake. Mom noticed it. Yeah, that would be a reason to not go back. But still a great resort. I'm not knocking it. What do you got next?
I have French Quarter. I kind of together, like, I don't know, Riverside and French Quarter kind of go hand in hand because they both have the same like amenity of the boats. But I definitely do think French Quarter is a step up because I do feel like Riverside, I don't know, it's been a while since we stayed there, but I feel like it kind of suffers from the same Caribbean Beach, like where it's kind of too big almost. Whereas French Quarter is like pretty compact, which I enjoy. Like I'd rather have like less walking distance, and the streets are very fun and it's very themed. And their pool was under construction when we were there. But and I know it's a fun pool. It scares me a little bit. The big dragon thing kind of scares me, but it's fun. From what I've seen, and they have the beignets, and I really like their food court. And now I'm questioning if it should be third, but
yeah,
it is. I really enjoyed it. It's definitely a step up from Riverside, in my opinion.
I had it number 1.
Oh,
I did. There's just something about how quiet it is and the jazz, the music. I know I'm embarrassing. The music, like the streets you were talking about, it's just I don't know why. Like I fell in love with it. And we've only stayed there once, and it was over this year. It was over that marathon
It
weekend.
was.
We
Maybe
did
that's why. Maybe it's tainted with the pain.
of the marathon, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, it was just it's just so relaxing there. I think the vibe is so different than any of the moderates. And this is not knocking any of the other resorts. I just love it. I love I love the Sassagoula River, the beignets. It's just and I just like how dark and peaceful it is at night. There's just something about that resort.
See, I guess I don't remember it being peaceful.
I found it very peaceful.
I guess I wasn't appreciating it for what it was.
But
I
I
just
don't I did,
okay.
and
Maybe
I will say,
oh
oh, go ahead.
maybe it's tainted. Maybe my memory is tainted because like I just remember like Goofy jump scaring me.
Yes, I was going to talk about that. So I think this is the best managed resort by Disney management. So when you come back from like a Run Disney race, they are just like cheering you on. And I know other resorts do this too, but there's something about French Quarter, and it's not just during Run Disney races. It's the way they handle those characters. The character interactions at the resort are
Mhm.
incredible.
Yeah.
The staff is some of the best cast members I met. It's just whoever is managing French Quarter in particular, I think does a spectacular job. I've said that many times, and I just love them. I just love them. I wish you could mobile order the beignets though. That would be bad though. If you could mobile order beignets, like you'd have to order it right when you wake up and hope you can get them like an hour later if you're doing them for breakfast. That is, which we do for breakfast. But yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with the moderates. It's really hard to rank these, but yeah, I mean, I was gonna be my number one was gonna be French Quarter.
Okay. Well,
What was your number two then?
my number two.
Oh, our Roomba is clearing. I don't know if you can hear it.
Or no, my number two was the cabins.
Yeah, I was gonna put the
But we
cabins
already
number
kind of
two.
talked about
We
those.
did a lot about the cabins, so we
Yeah,
don't need to add more to
my
them. But
number one was Coronado, which you put as your number three.
yeah,
See, for me, it's like I really like the dig site, and I really like the Pepper Market, or did they El
I
Mercado?
still call it the Pepper Market.
Sorry,
Yeah, the food
El
options
Mercado.
at Coronado.
Okay, yes, and they have 3 bridges, which is a good option to have. I enjoy it when you're there, like when you're staying
Nice
there.
late night option too. I think the kitchen's open till like 11 or something.
Yeah, which not many things are open late. And then I really like Maya Grill. They have really good fajitas. I really like fajitas.
You do love Maya Grill. Yeah, I mean, I've said this so many. I think that's more for people to hear your opinions because they hear mine all the time on the BRS podcast. But I mean, I love Coronado. Those food options, the Barcelona Lounge.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, your Cafe Bomb Bomb. I'm
Yes.
surprised you didn't mention
I
that.
kind of forgot. Like I don't know. I really like the area, like the areas you can like relax at the tower. But I also like the tower room. We stayed in the tower once, right?
We have stayed in the tower.
I like the tower. I like the room we had there. And I also but the thing is the tower is good, but the outer rooms are good too. Like I enjoy everything at
I
Coronado.
love the outer rooms, honestly. Like, I kind of prefer the outer rooms. I don't know why. I think it's
that's
just the
usually where we
nostalgia thing
stay.
for me because,
Yeah.
like, it's like, and you get a really good
And
dish out.
I like their quiet pools a lot.
Casitas is my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like they have a lot of goodness going around.
Mm.
Because
So go ahead.
well, I was gonna say you put French Quarter at your number one, but they only have one pool.
I know, and they don't even have a table service restaurant. Where
No.
I'm like, oh my god, I'm questioning that now. We're at Coronado, we got like 5 table service restaurants, and we got to Lato that we haven't even talked about.
We went there once.
We
I
did.
enjoyed that.
Yeah,
I think maybe we should try it again.
I would like to try it again for sure.
We went really late.
Yeah, or we might not have been in the best mindset too. I mean, where were the Andersons though? I think we had a good time. I remember.
I just know I enjoyed it the most.
I remember it was loud. I just remember like there were 2
Oh.
guys behind like me and Wade that were just like really loud. They were talking college football the whole time, and the voices were like echoing off the walls. I just remember being very loud in there, which threw us off a little bit.
Gotcha.
But I mean, we've been saying for years, Maya Grill is kind of like an underrated spot.
I enjoy it.
love
I
those
was kind of
fajitas.
sad we didn't go our last trip.
I know. But I mean, the food options are so good. The pools you were talking about, the quiet pools, the dig site, I almost feel like it needs another pool though. I mean, you brought in that tower
Yeah,
and you didn't add a pool.
that's true.
I
That is
mean,
true.
so that's something to me. But I guess they don't ever feel that crowded. I
No,
guess maybe
I don't know. I feel like it's a pretty good side.
And I know this doesn't impact you much because you don't drive, but it's just centrally located. Lake Buena Vista Drive and World Drive, boom, is a great location.
I mean, you drive past it
Yeah.
when you go pretty much
Right.
anywhere.
It is a solid number one, and you can get a discount. That's one thing about French Quarter. We never stay there because you can't ever get a room discount. It's always like straight up, and why not save a little few bucks if you can and go to Coronado? So you kind of convinced me, Emily, that Coronado should be number one. So look at her. She should be a lawyer. All right, so we've gone long, 40 minutes. I still want to talk about some deluxes. Have we missed any good comments, any questions? I mean, the comments are great. Everyone's talking about the resorts.
I think pretty much.
Everyone's. I think everyone in this chat
We
is
got
loving.
confirmation that there's no kid options at Sebastian.
Okay.
Which I think that is enough to push it.
Yeah.
To my correct 5th place.
There you go. And then, I mean, the Casitas Quiet Pool is epic. That is like one of my favorite quiet pools. Second favorite quiet pool of Walt Disney World. We know what my favorite quiet pool is.
At Old Key West.
Yes. But yeah.
Sorry, I spoiled.
So Coronado is great. And now we go to deluxe. It's funny because like we talk about like, oh, you got to save money. Try to save money at Walt Disney World. You can go to like the values of the moderates, try to stay on site. And yet there's as many deluxes, I believe, as there are like moderates and values combined.
Yeah.
If you count the like DVC villas in them.
There's more.
Yeah. If you count like the villas, like the Riviera, and then like, yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy how many deluxes there are.
Sorry, I'm gonna formulate my list.
She's gonna formulate her list. So everyone watching here knows, but in case if someone randomly has come across this, there's different sections or buckets of deluxe resorts. I would say you got your Magic Kingdom area resorts, you got your Epcot area resorts. I actually call like Saratoga and Old Key West like your Disney Springs resorts, even though I don't think it's.
You can walk to Disney Springs from Saratoga.
Right. You absolutely can. And then you got Animal Kingdom Lodge, which is kind of like on its own island. And then, well, because it needs to be part of some kind of category, Riviera. But then
I'm looking at this list. It's gonna be quite hard.
It's hard. It's hard. And maybe we don't have to rank them.
I kind of want to.
She does want to rank them. So everyone play along with us. Like, have you stayed at all these resorts? We have stayed at all of these. Some more than others. And Wilderness Lodge is weird because I think we stayed at like one of the DVC rooms, but not like the lodge itself, like the Copper Creek or whatever we've stayed at. We have stayed at both Jambo and Kidani and Animal Kingdom Lodge. Contemporary, we've stayed at a gardening room. We've stayed at Bay Lake Tower. We stayed in the main tower. So we definitely hit that one a bunch. Polynesian, we've done the standard rooms. We've done DVC there. So we've done basically DVC and like your non-DVC villas at all these resorts. So we can give a fair assessment, I believe.
I believe so as well.
Man, we've gone 40 minutes and we haven't even talked to Luxus, and this is where we're going to talk the most.
Yeah.
So mom's going to be like, why are you guys taking so long? We got to get some dinner, But I'm excited to talk about the deluxes. No questions in the chat because this is more about like what do people want to ask us today. But man, how do you even rank these?
I'm trying my best over here.
Okay. Well, I don't want you to see my sheet, so I'm gonna let you finish your ranking and then I'll start mine. I think I have a clear 11th place. So we have 11 written down.
I think I probably have the same.
I have a clear 11th. It's probably the one we spent the least amount of time at too, which makes it kind of obvious that would be my 11th. And I'm just going to say it now, Emily, while you're filling out your list. So this is probably we're going to hurt some feelings today.
I think I'm going to have a crazy number one, actually.
Yeah. Okay. So my 11th is going to be the Wilderness Lodge. I know.
Oh, that's not very far from me.
That's painful. I know, right? Because you have great dining options. You got Geyser Point, which is one of my favorite spots at Walt Disney World. Oh my God. And if we had stayed in those cabins, because Wilderness Lodge does have the cabins, on Bay Lake. If we've stayed in one of those, that might change my mind a lot.
I don't think so. Is it worth that much money or that many points to stay in? Just stay at a Fort Wilderness cabin.
Yeah, but I will say the studio that we stayed at, and maybe this is why it might not be fair because we've only stayed like 3 or 4 nights there total, and the studio room was just not cutting it for me. It was kind of small. It was dated.
I don't remember that really, but
it was during the pandemic. It was on that 3-week trip that we did. But I love the DVC pool.
Yes.
Now the regular pool has you probably don't remember this either. Has the smallest slide. I think
I might remember.
It's embarrassing almost like how small the slide is. And it's at a deluxe, a Magic Kingdom deluxe resort. Not that everyone, I'm not not that I should knock a resort for its slide, but I am. I'm Scotty G. I can do what I want, right? It's our rankings.
Yeah.
But Whispering Canyon is kind of fun, but it's kind of like, it's Whispering Canyon,
I don't know. I'd rather go hoop-de-doo.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know.
absolutely.
Obviously, like I don't know if you can compare them even.
I know what you're saying though.
I forget Whispering Canyon exists.
And Artist Point is probably my least favorite signature that we've been to.
I forget that exists
Yeah, so
anymore.
that's why I got to go 11th. Even though there is a geyser.
Actually, I don't know. I might actually switch. I originally put Wilderness.
Did I influence you?
Yeah, I originally put Wilderness at 10 because I don't even know why. I hate Wilderness.
Oh, see,
you said you like Geyser Point. I don't.
You don't. I love Geyser. And I knew we were gonna offend a good friend of ours because he owns at Wilderness Lodge. So they spend a lot of time there.
No, see,
but we just haven't. We just haven't spent enough time.
I don't even like. Wilderness Lodge feels like a really sad version of the Grand Californian.
Okay.
Feels like not to go outside of Disney World, but it just feels like a really sad version of that.
Yeah. So I know we're gonna hurt some feelings here. I mean, all these resorts are great, but Wilderness Lodge. Please still like and subscribe our channel. We hope we didn't offend you.
Contemporary at 11th is pretty crazy in the chat.
I mean, I kind of can see why though too. Why Contemporary could be 11th, but yeah, I'm going 11th. Wilderness Lodge. You switched to 11th too?
Yeah, I put it to 11th. It was originally 10th, so it wasn't much higher.
Okay.
My 11th now.
Or your 10th now.
My 10th now. That's right. This is now my 10th. It's Animal Kingdom Lodge. This is kind of crazy because it is really nice. And like, what other resort can you stay at and see animals? No other resort.
Man, this is so hard to rank. Oh my gosh.
It is. But I wouldn't want to stay there. I don't really think fondly of the pools because they're just always so crowded.
You're not a lodge person, it turns out.
I'm not a lodge person. But like they each have their own pool, but they're both like very small. And I feel like they're not big enough to have that many people at the hotel. And the rooms aren't the best.
They're dark. They're dark rooms.
They're dark and they just feel kind of old. And if you're staying at Kidani Village, you may have to walk a mile to get to your room.
Right.
Which we have had to experience before.
We have. I think anyone that's had like a Savannah View room knows that walk at the lodge.
I like Animal Kingdom Lodge a lot, but if I'm going there, I'd rather just go there for a meal. I'd rather go to Boma or Jico or Sanaa.
So good.
Like they have good food options, but I'd rather just go there for a meal. I can enjoy the animals, grab some zebra domes on my way out. I like the Mara, but
I kind of see.
I would just rather. It's more of like I'm here to eat. I come to eat. I don't come to stay.
Yeah, I kind of see what you're saying there. I think I was gonna have it 9th on my list. But it's just funny, like it always intrigues me because like I always feel like we're cheating on Animal Kingdom Lodge because we don't stay there enough. Because like from a DVC perspective, there's a lot of rooms you can book there. So when you're like a last minute scheduling, that's one of the resorts that comes up a lot because there's a lot of availability there. But I love the background loop. I know you didn't talk about that, but like that background loop, like just makes my heart so happy.
The background loop is our car.
Yeah, but it's always playing in the car. Seriously, it is. But it is really good. The pool, people love the zero entry at Jambo. And it's not my favorite pool for some reason. I know people go nuts for it.
It's so forgettable.
I don't know why. I mean, that Wilderness Lodge DVC pool, like I think is way better than the Jambo one.
Yes,
and Kidani has one too, and they have the splash area. I know. It's just I'm kind of with you, Emily. And for time purposes, we can pause. We can talk about this more like on another episode. But yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay.
I like your 10th. I called it 9th.
I'll go on to my 9th now. Okay. I don't know. I don't think this is controversial, but mine is Boardwalk for number 9th. Boardwalk is by far my least favorite Epcot area resort. I'm scared of their pool. I don't like their lobby at all.
You're really offending Wade with your picks today.
Guys.
He might not give you that link.
You guys are not going to want to hear my number 1.
He might not give you that Lincoln Nebraska tour now. No.
But like I don't like their pool. They have an okay quiet pool. Their quiet pool, their DVC quiet area is nice. Um, I don't know. I don't like anything they have on the boardwalk. I don't I don't know. I like that little grassy area where they put the Christmas tree.
Hmm.
I like its location, but I don't know.
I know it's tough. It's tough.
It doesn't have anything going on for me.
Yeah, and I want to see the new rooms. So the refurbish the rooms. That's crucial, I think, for the boardwalk. I mean, the location you can't beat, right? I mean, you're just a hop, not even a hop, skip and a jump. You're just a hop over to International Gateway, which is great. The main pool, I kind of like the main pool at Boardwalk, and the quiet pools. We've had so many great memories there. Maybe not so much for you because adults having a good time, right? When you were younger, it might be kind of boring. But we've had so many like 4th of July's that we spent there, in the quiet pools. But I'm gonna go back to background loops too. Like, oh my god, that boardwalk background loop is one of the best.
Didn't even know there was a boardwalk background loop.
You would like it. It's like 40s jazz music, kind of like Jungle Cruise-ish. But
Well,
I
that's
know
too
that's not
late.
gonna change your. I know it's not gonna impact you now, but I mean the restaurants are kind of iffy there too. I mean, Flying Fish I think is really good.
I really enjoyed Flying Fish the last time we went. It was quite good.
Yeah, but their counter service is the Boardwalk Bakery. Nah.
Actually, it's the Boardwalk Deli, Dad.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Thanks for the correction. In that one, yeah, I mean the counter service is not that good. I do like I always say the Italian restaurant wrong all the time.
Trattoria Al Forno.
Yeah, I like that place. It's good for breakfast too.
Didn't they add characters to breakfast, or is that
They
done?
removed the characters from breakfast during the pandemic.
That might make me like it more.
Wait, you did like Flynn Rider and Rapunzel in
It's
there?
okay. I agree with my mom. Like face characters that are guys are weird.
Mhm.
They're weird.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with what this guy in the chat is saying. In addition to the creepy clown pool, they have the creepy chairs in the lobby.
Oh yeah.
Those things are
creepy
not
chairs.
okay.
Yeah.
Boardwalk is scaring people.
My child is broken. That's a great comment.
Your child is right.
Yeah.
I'm enlightened. I know what people don't know.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. Yeah, I mean the creepy clown chairs are something else. I don't even have a spot for Boardwalk. I think we're just gonna base it on your
Okay.
rankings.
But
and
you
I'm
would
just
rate
gonna
it
try and-
higher than mine.
I would rank it higher than yours. My 10th actually was pretty concert. I mean, you can't.
What's your 10th?
It's so
Tell me your
hard.
10th.
It's so hard to rank these. My 10th was actually Beach Club.
Beach Club is my 8th.
Okay.
So
that's where you were going to next.
yes, that's where I was going to next because similarly, it has a nice location. But if I come back, say it's like dinner time, I walk into the lobby, fish.
Cape May Cafe greeting.
Yeah, I don't like. I mean, Cape May it's good for breakfast. I enjoyed it the last time we had it for like a brunch. But like, I don't know, the seafood dinner buffet seems kind of weird. And then they don't. This is my problem with Yacht and Beach is that they don't have a good like counter service. They have the weird thing in the gift shop.
The marketplace thing.
And that's just I don't know. It doesn't feel right. And so
Yeah,
I don't
I mean,
know.
Beach Club has
Beach
beaches and
Club-
cream, which I really love. I mean, it's one of
I
my
know,
most
but
frequent
to me,
restaurants.
beaches and clean.
Beaches and clean.
To me, beaches and clean. I don't know. It's kind of it's almost like it's at the yacht club.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you drew a line, like it might be more on the yacht club side, right?
So
but it's not called yachting and cream, or I don't even know what we call it.
sailing and
Sailing and that's even better. Sailing and cream, yeah, yeah. For me, the beach club, like it's just, and we'll talk about this when we talk about yacht. Like I can get everything I want from beach club by staying at yacht club.
That's exactly my idea.
And the yacht club is more my vibe. Ale and Compass, Yachtsman Steakhouse.
Yachtsman was so good when we
Right.
went there on our last.
You still
trip.
get Stormalong Bay. I like the rooms better.
Yeah.
At yacht club. Yeah, so that's why I mean it's so hard to rank these, and this is not a knock to Beach Club. I love the Beach Club, but it's getting number 10 for me, and it was number 8 for you, huh?
Yep.
What's number 7?
Contemporary.
Okay, now we're hitting. Well, we already hit Magic Kingdom Resort.
Yeah. Contemporary. When we stayed there, and when I say negative things about any of these resorts, I still really like them.
I love Beach Club. I
Like-
know Paul's an owner at Beach Club.
Like,
I'm
I'm
not
saying-
knocking that.
I'm saying like negative things. I like them all a lot. But when we stayed at Contemporary, I enjoyed it. We stayed in one of the like refurbished incredible rooms like in the main tower. And I enjoyed it. I felt like it was like a well refurb. I don't know why they went Incredibles. kind of a weird choice to me. I feel like they didn't need to do that. But I still appreciated the refurbishment. I never saw them before the refurbishment though.
Oh, that's right, you did.
But it was nice to experience that. I liked the location we had in the tower. I think maybe if I was in the gardens area, I wouldn't have liked it as much. But like out of the main loop on the monorail, I would not rather stay at Contemporary. I feel like the Contemporary is like my Animal Kingdom. It's nice to visit, but it's not the best to stay at.
Yeah. So do you remember your stay at Bay Lake Tower? Did you like Bay Lake Tower at all?
Did I stay at Bay Lake?
Yeah, you've stayed there before.
I don't remember that.
Wow, she doesn't remember Bay Lake Tower.
I don't remember.
Spoiled kid. No. Yeah, I hear what you're saying about the Contemporary. It's kind of bland, almost, right? I mean, the theming is Contemporary.
Bay Lake even more. Bay Lake looks like a hospital.
Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah. It's just, I mean, but I like the restaurants.
That's
I mean,
the thing.
California Grill, one of Gardner's signature
That's the thing.
restaurants.
When I go to Contemporary, I go in, I look at the shops, I take my elevator up to California Grill, and I leave.
Yeah.
And I have a great time.
But to me, there's something magical about staying there, especially in the main tower.
I would only stay there in the main tower.
Yeah.
And that's
You're
what I'm
basic.
ranking. My 7th I'm ranking is in the main tower.
It's just something about waking up in the morning in that main tower and like there's a monorail going through your building and you can't even hear it. You don't know. There's all this action, happening on the
Yeah.
4th level, and you don't even know what's happening because it's well insulated, I'd say.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean, we were lucky enough to have a theme park view room when we stayed there, and it's like I couldn't get beyond looking at the parking lot. I know it's like a jerk move for me, but like I just kept seeing the parking lot.
Jerk.
I know, right? But it's still a cool resort. I like the quiet pool that they have back there, the circular
pools
one.
are interesting. They're very 70s.
They're old. They're
very 70s.
Yeah, but it's still. I mean, it's hard to rank these, man. It really is hard. I like where you have it as 7th, though. I think that's fair. It's just out of the monorail loop itself, that would be my least favorite.
Yeah. All right. So for my 6th,
middle of the pack,
we jump back to the Epcot, and I put Yacht Club. Okay. I think Yacht Club is better than Beach Club, but maybe only by 2 spots because they're very similar, and so I wouldn't say the Yacht Club is a lot better. I'd say that they're pretty even, but I prefer Yacht.
Yeah.
And I would prefer Yacht over Contemporary.
There's a comment about Yacht by Paul needing to be DVC. That's interesting because I see what he's saying. I know that'll probably upset a lot of people if they did convert to DVC because then that's less cash rooms available. But my God, it would be awesome if they kind of did as a DVC owner. But I just love that. I love the darkness more, better than the brightness of Beach Club.
See, it's like I don't feel like it's even that dark. Like I really enjoy the Yacht Club. I do miss my monkey lamp that they took from the lobby.
God, the monkey lamp.
I don't think that's okay. And actually, Alien Compass is not my favorite. I don't like Alien Compass.
Oh, I really like Alien Compass.
Maybe I've had to go there a couple too many times.
You have been there a lot. Do you remember Captain's Grill by any chance?
I liked Captain's Grill better than Alien Compass.
I like Captain's Grill better too. I did.
So I don't know. I'm kind of an Alien Compass hater, but I still appreciate it for being there.
One thing we haven't really talked about, I know we're going kind of long here, Stormalong Bay, you haven't really chatted about. Like, where would you rank that on a pool? Probably number 1. There's a better pool?
I mean, logically, no. But it's just, I don't know. So you have a sand bottom? That don't impress me much.
No. What about the flying jib?
That slide scared me for a really long time.
And then you finally did it though, and you couldn't get enough of it.
I do like it for its size, but it's like there's no good in between like deep and shallow.
Yeah.
Because there's no like 3 or 4 feet. It's either like 5 to 6 or 2.
Or knee scraping.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty fair assessment. Yeah.
I mean, I really do like the pool though. It's really nice. It's obviously like one of the best perks of the yacht and beach.
Yeah, and the distance to Hollywood Studios and Epcot for sure too.
That too.
But yeah, I definitely Yacht Club over Beach Club all day for me. And looks like you're on the same page. You are my child.
All right, number 5. We gotta.
I know we gotta get dinner.
I'm gonna go with the Grand Floridian.
Okay, I
don't think that's really controversial. 5 is a good spot, but I'm gonna say it. I did not like the rooms very much. I
Which one? So there's two
I
villas.
liked the
Do you like the original DVC
what was
villas?
the one we stayed at second?
It was like the original like rooms, like the Mary Poppins rooms. So
I
that is not the original DVC villa.
I I don't know. I liked the one that looked nice.
I think they both are nice, but
No, see, I definitely did not like one of them. Like,
like
I
Mary Poppins
hated
room was
it.
like a corner room that was I had the vaulted
I liked that
ceilings.
one a
Yeah,
lot,
okay. So
and I
you
think
did like
that's
that.
only because we had a yeah, I agree with this comment I'm seeing, dated. I really did not like the rooms because they just felt old, and I feel like the fact that it's supposed to be light, having the room feel old, really you can tell that it's old.
Right.
And
It's the
so
lobby for me feels dated too.
that too, yeah, I
You
agree.
know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But
Like, and it's, I mean, it's beautiful. There's always like action happening in there. You know, it's loud. There's a piano right now. You got the
yes.
gingerbread houses. So there's
The
like
lobby
thousands
is
of people in there.
nice, but it definitely is dated.
Mhm.
But like with Grand Floridian, you've got this prime location. You've got the monorail, you've got the boats, you've got Citricos, and you've got Narcoossee's. Those are two of my favorite signatures. And then you also have Grand Floridian Cafe. I don't know. They also have 1900 is back.
Which we were just
We
at.
just went there for breakfast and I enjoyed it for
I liked it a
breakfast. I
lot,
thought it was
actually.
really good.
Mhm.
So, I don't know. I feel like they're really winning with the restaurant game and the location game, and the grounds are really nice
I was gonna
too.
say that's number one for me. I think are well, obviously the restaurants, some of my favorite places to eat, but the grounds, like, I mean, I'm a sucker for the palm trees. I think the grounds are really great there. I
Mhm.
wish there was another pool.
Mm.
You know, you got two pools that are basically kind of like right next to each other, which is similar to another resort we haven't talked about. That's going to be in your top four. The two pools are really close by, and I just feel like they could closer. I don't know where they put it. They'd have to get rid of something, obviously, to
Yeah.
find space for it. But you have that whole like summer house, like weird area, you know, a lot of concrete around there. I
Yeah.
feel like you could put another like small pool or something there. But
Yeah, that could be a good addition.
yeah, but I love walking the grounds there. What do you think about that path? We just walked the path to the Magic Kingdom. We walked it from the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, I think the fact we walked it from the Magic Kingdom made it feel deceptively long,
Yeah.
but it is a nice option because when we were there, monorails were kind of crazy.
Mhm. You're gonna
So
love that last comment, by the way. Visit to eat, sleep back at Coronado.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
At that point, me personally, if I had to go right now, but I was paying, I would stay at Pop Century, like no problem.
Mhm. But you would eat at Narcoossee's
Oh
and
yeah,
all these places, yeah.
yeah. I would rather pay to like I don't know. I
See what you
pay
mean.
less to just sleep, you know?
Mhm.
Cause like at Disney, it depends on what kind of trip you're doing. But like if you're going to the parks, it makes sense to stay at a value because you can just spend your money with things you're gonna enjoy more than just a bed to sleep in.
Right.
Because no offense, I never sleep the best at Disney, no matter where I'm staying. So I
All
don't
right, real
know.
quick, what's the best restaurant on the monorail loop? Mhm. Tough question.
That's a really tough question. I might
Uh,
go with Citricos.
okay, I'm going Narcoossee's right
I
now.
was tempted to
California
say
Grill needs to update their menu.
California Grill is lacking right now. Are they still doing the prefix?
Yeah, it's different than it was during the 50th, but it's still a prefix, and there's still some
The
favorites of
50th,
ours missing. We're just like not in sync with weight tonight,
the
apparently.
50th prefix was pretty good.
Yeah,
But I think we looked at the new prefix and I did not like it.
but gosh,
I
like
don't think that's a good
it's the
idea.
place we've had the most for dinner. And it is really spectacular
It is
going
a
there.
great restaurant, but the menu, if I'm just a simple girl, I just want a steak and potatoes.
I wish you could just go up there and be like, yeah, can I order like my filet? And like, I wish I could just order what I want and not have to like stick to that.
Yeah. See, it was a battle for me between Narcoossee's and Citricos. And I feel like when Narcoossee's is good, Narcoossee's is better. But I feel like Citricos is more consistent,
Yeah.
which
So we
is
got four left.
okay.
I think Old Key West and Saratoga is still on the list. Kind of surprising. You are a DVC member though. And then I believe the Riviera and the Polynesian are the other two.
Yes, those
Okay.
are the four
Here's
this
your
list.
top four.
So 4 is going to be this might hurt you, I don't know, Old Key West.
Doesn't
But
hurt me. That's fair.
I love Old Key West. I love the vibe. I love the palm trees. I love the pools. I love just the atmosphere of it all. I don't love the rooms. I think are they starting to refurbish them?
I mean, we drove through there. It looks like I actually got a refurbishment schedule from DVC in the mail the other day, and like I think 2026 was Old Key West, maybe.
That's
I
too
know
far.
it's too far away.
That's too far.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be living my own life in 2026.
you will be. You will be.
But
Um,
I their rooms are really what's lacking for me because they feel old, but their studios are super nice. With this, the studios had the double beds, right?
yeah, the studios have the double beds, which is the only studio that does
That's
that.
why I really enjoy it for that.
Yep, and then the point value. If you're a DVC member, some nights you can get for 9 points. I mean, which is like crazy, unheard of. So for value, it's really good for your
Yeah,
points.
good value for money or
Yep.
points.
But I mean, I just love it. I mean, the background loops. Why do I always go to background loops? The vibe, like the grounds, right? The palm trees, my favorite. Quiet
Goods
pool.
to go.
Goods to go is awesome.
Olivia's.
You love the Olivia's chicken is so
Yes.
good.
They could maybe use like a fun signature. I don't know where they'd put it.
What would the signature be like though? Because it's got to be chill and laid back, you
I
know?
can picture maybe like a seafood restaurant.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Like I feel like that could be nice.
They could put it in the back, kind of the resort,
Maybe,
right?
yeah. Or
Um,
like maybe like on the water.
Like, oh my god, like a Three Bridges
Like just like somewhere
on the dock, on the
on the
boat
dock,
dock, kind of.
yeah. Mhm.
Look at this. Could you
Just saying.
imagine that?
I feel like you could have like a solid like key lime pie there. That could be like
Um,
their specialty dessert. They like bring it out all fancy.
I mean, this would make. I mean, DVC members at Old Key West are very dedicated, to Old Key West. But like, there's that section back on the pool where they have like these like I think when they do the movie Under the Stars, they
Mhm.
have like some seating and all this. They have the Old Key West tree that's planted for the members. I feel like you could almost put that out, and you would have like a waterside, like dining on the
I'm saying that
Sassagoula
could be
River.
nice.
That could be nice.
All right, we gotta
I know we got to keep going. I
Okay.
know.
So my third is the Riviera, which now I'm like questioning why I put it so high. But I like
Riviera's good though.
I know. I like its location. I like the Skyliner, except it's hard to use the Skyliner to get to Epcot from the
Impossible.
Riviera, because they just are always full when they get to you, which is really annoying because you're paying way more to stay there than the people at Pop Century and Caribbean Beach. When it's like I don't like we're all paying to be there, but I feel like you should be able to have a better skyline access if
Yes,
you're
you should.
paying a lot more to be there.
There we go. Let's fix
But
mine.
I like that Riviera has two pools, even though it is like a single tower. I feel like they have a good pool to like room ratio, and I really like their quiet pool.
Love
I
quiet
can't
pool.
speak for their main pool as much because whenever we're there, we just go to the quiet pool.
We do.
But I really like it. I like Primo Piatto. It's not as I don't know. They changed their menu. It wasn't
They
as good when we
brought
last
back
had
like
it.
silverware, which I thought was nice.
They did. I like Primo Piatto. It's a good option. I really like Topolino's. They were iffy for a little bit, but I think they're back to being like good. And
Topolino's had this like 9-month stretch or something.
yeah,
That was like,
but they're back to all their glory. And so I just think it's a really good option. I really like the water you can see, and it's new,
The
so the rooms
rooms.
are really nice.
Oh my god,
Exactly.
they're like my
It has
favorite
a good
room.
smell in there too.
Oh my god, the Riviera smells so good.
It does.
And I love you and I during the pandemic sat in that. I think it's called the Voyagers Lounge or something.
Yes, we did.
And we just did like school and work. I remember one day, like in that library area, the Voyagers Lounge.
Yeah.
Yes, I think you were doing school. Yeah, it would have been
Maybe.
during school
Yeah.
time. I love that lounge. The gift shop is so small though.
That
Like,
is kind of
you can buy the paint, you can buy the artwork there, which is so
looking
nice.
at it right
We're
now.
looking at some artwork right now, but those are. I think it's my favorite room in general. It's like
It is a
especially
really
the one
nice
bed, the
room.
one
Well,
or two
that's when
bedroom.
they like introduced the Murphy bed style.
Yeah, that is right.
So
Yeah.
I feel like it's really
So,
nice.
Riviera, great choice, Emmalee.
Okay, number 2. This is gonna shock people because it reveals my number 1. But my number 2 is the Polynesian.
What? Wow. Okay. I can't wait to hear about Saratoga Springs as your number 1. But okay,
So the
Polynesian number 2
Polynesian-
is a great pick, though.
I don't know. Maybe I have I like the Polynesian a lot, but maybe I have bad memories tainted with it. But I just have distinct memory of being sick at the Polynesian.
You have been sick of the Polynesian.
And the last time I stayed there, I think, like, checking in was terrible, and I have this terrible
We got
memory
locked
of the
out of our
rain.
building at 1 in the morning after a
Mm.
very merry
It's
party.
really bad, but
But still number
I
2.
love I love the Polynesian. I love the tropical feel. I like all the rooms. I'm excited to see this new tower. I like the Great Ceremonial House. Is that what it's called?
Our views dropped once you said this. They were like, "All right, I know what our number 1 is now. Time to go have dinner."
Yeah. I like the Great Ceremonial House. I really like Ohana for both breakfast and dinner. And I the same applies for what is it called? Kona.
Oh, Kona. Yeah,
I
Kona
also like
Cafe.
Kona for both breakfast and dinner. And so I'd say it's just nice and it has the same kind of like 70s feel, but not as dated as the contemporary. Because the contemporary is called the contemporary, so you expect it to be modern, but it's not. Whereas the Polynesian is like, oh, it's the Polynesian, and the Polynesian is not really going to change. Like your expectations of it aren't going to change. And like they redid the volcano pool a little while
Yeah.
ago,
Mhm.
and I feel like that's
You
nice.
have a hot tub now.
Yeah,
Mm,
and I really like the DVC pool.
God, and you got the bar there too for those, that want to
Oh,
indulge.
you have Trader Sam's. You
Yeah.
have Captain Cook's.
Yeah, it
It's a solid resort.
and I'm excited to see what the tower brings. I'm nervous a little bit for the tower for like monorail traffic and boat traffic and all that. And even like getting into some of these restaurants could be a little more challenging, even though there's a lot of visitors in quotes that come to the Polynesian for dinners, right?
Apparently,
Apparently, but yeah, we'll just see how that goes. And we have a lot more to share about that, but for time purposes, let's reveal your number 1. The chat's already blowing up about it.
Saratoga Springs.
Saratoga Springs is your number 1.
I don't know how to
Would
explain
that be your
it.
number 1 overall then? Like versus like the Pop or the Caribbean
I
or the
think so.
Coronado? Okay, that's your number
It's
1.
just like I don't know, I'm just happy when I'm at Saratoga because it's like it has the same feeling as Old Key West. And I love their main pool and I love their quiet pools. Like their quiet pools are so nice. Like two of their quiet pools have their own quick services.
Yes.
And like one of them even has their own slide. So is it even a quiet pool?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Could argue.
And like it's just so nice. And like the people there always seem to be happy. And they have like the same like I really like their community center. I think it's better than Old Key West's.
Yeah.
And I think like their quick service is pretty nice.
Yeah. What's it called? Like the
The
artist palette, I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah.
It's a nice option there.
Yeah. It's the dining is not the best because
You
they
don't
serve
go
fun.
there to dine because you walk over to Disney Springs.
There it is.
Because you're right there. So like it doesn't matter that they don't have like the best food. I'm thinking about the Truth Club. We went there. I wouldn't suggest it. I wouldn't suggest it.
Yeah.
But I just like the rooms when they redid those rooms. I probably would never. Saratoga would probably been at the bottom, but those rooms you're getting the same quality room as the Riviera, and it's not as much, but you get like a nicer area because it just I feel the quiet of like what you're
My
saying.
French Quarter.
I'm getting your French Quarter quiet at Saratoga.
See,
It just feels like relaxed, but then not as chill maybe as Old Key West, but like relaxed in like a vacation way because you can see the golf course a lot more. I think.
yeah, a
I mean,
lot
you
more
can
holes
see it.
are on Saratoga.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's really nice.
Wow.
I just feel like if I'm going there to like vacation, I feel like I could do it at the Saratoga.
All right. So for your 18th birthday, I guess we're booking Saratoga, huh?
No, maybe not, but
Or Polynesian Tower? No.
this is Dad. This is taking into consideration like value, because like if you think about it, like part of it is you can get the same type of room but like cheaper.
Yeah.
It's my 18th birthday. We're gonna splurge.
Oh, there we go. There we go. No, I love the pick of Saratoga. Like, and you are like a non-conventional thinker sometimes. Like I'm gonna surprise the people. They're never gonna think I'm gonna pick Saratoga, right?
That was like the first one I wrote.
I know.
Maybe part of it was the element of surprise.
Yeah, the element of surprise is fun, right?
But also, I do stand by what I said.
Yeah. So I can't add much more to that because, well, we got to get some dinner still. We haven't had dinner. Did the Lions lose? I'm guessing the Lions lost. I'm guessing they didn't make the comeback. But yeah, thanks for watching. Was this fun? Like, I hope you guys liked it. We got to hang out a little bit, talk about our Disney resorts. The chat was kind of blowing up. It kind of got tough to follow for a little bit because we were just talking about the
Yapping.
resorts,
We were
just
yapping.
yapping. But where did we go wrong? Do you still like us? Are you gonna be mad at us?
Yes, because Scotty, your child is not broken.
Okay, I see that now. We are not broken. The Lions lost a long time ago. Hey, we had fun hanging out with you guys.
That's not going to be my physics class. Is not going to be happy about that tomorrow.
Watch out, physics
I'm
class.
gonna be
Mr. Long, is he gonna be upset?
No, more so the boys.
The boys in the class.
boys.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is fun. We're gonna do some more video editing. We're gonna get more of our European crews out there. Then we talked about earlier. We got Nashville. We got Walt Disney World. We got Canada. We have
A beach
beaches.
day.
We're gonna do more stuff. So like, I just gotta get my butt in the gear on the editing. But thanks for liking and subscribing. You got anything more to add?
No.
No.
I think that's it.
Thanks for watching. It was awesome.
Hot take, Emmalee. You're welcome.
If you want us to do this again, put a comment in there. We'd love to do another chat if you guys liked it. But I think the narrator in Must See Adventures is ready for us to have dinner. So we're going to go do that now. So thanks for watching. Love you guys.
Bye. Love you.
Love you. Hold on. Well, how do you do the thing? Like, see you guys. End.